and welcome to another Get Well video. Today we are here at Thorpe Park. It is right in the middle of summer season, so it's the busiest it's going to be. I would usually avoid this at all costs, but I've come here specifically today showing some of my tips how to make the best of the day when it is busy without buying fast pass. Now my first tips are things to do before you even get here, which are to check a few things before you pick your date. The first thing you need to check is the Thorpe Park website, the ride availability page. Now this will tell you what rides, if any, are down for any maintenance or any prolonged closures. So this is the place where you need to check to see if your favourite ride is closed, because you don't want to come here if that happens. The next thing that I usually check is this website here, the queue times, just to see the crowd calendar. Some days it's like a little bit off, but usually it's pretty accurate. You don't want to be coming here if it's, you know, way up there in the red. As you can see here, it's not too bad. If you're like me and you have an annual pass and you want to check what days are available, I always check that. That's one reason why I'm here today, Friday the 1st of August. It's the last day that my silver annual pass will allow me before it gets really crazy down here where all you can see is red. And then the last thing you want to check is the weather, of course, because if it's really, really bad, there's no point being here at all. Next tip is get here early. The park usually opens at 10, but as most people don't know, this doesn't mean the park opens at 10, this means the ride opens at 10. So always try and get here around 9:30, giving you enough time to get in, go through security, and get your favourite ride. Getting through security can take quite some time. That took me about 20 minutes, so always get here as early as you can. Now I've just got in through security. It took a little bit longer than expected. It is 10:15. Now, as you can see from the app, the queues are to be expected. Everyone has gone straight to Hyperia, which is on 45. Everything else is pretty low, so I'm going to go straight to Stealth, which is on 5. As to be expected this morning, almost everyone's headed straight over to Hyperia. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that later, single rider. I'm going to head straight for Stealth. Get a few rides in there while it's on 5 minutes, while it is now, and then take it from there. Now with Stealth having as much downtime as it did last season, it is so brilliant to see it back open. My absolute favourite ride here, other than the Hyperia. And by the looks of it over there, 5 minutes looks about accurate. I might get a few rides on this. Yeah, have a look at all of this empty queue line. Feeling very lucky to get in here early this morning. Look at this, we're walking straight up to the station. It's been a while since I've been on Stealth. That was riding beautifully. Amazing first ride of the day, but by the looks of it, the queue is still back to here. I'm going to give it another go. Why not? Now, sadly, Stealth has unfortunately just gone down. Just after I got my ride on there in the morning, and I'm just looking at the app now, and Hyperia is closed as well. So I'm having a great start to the day, but I think a lot of people aren't. I can see that Nemesis was on 15 minutes, so I'm just going to jump there. I have a feeling that's going to jump up pretty quick because of Stealth and Hyperia closing, but I'm going to have a look in case. Of course, we should suggest always using the app, because you can see what rides are closed here. We've got Hyperia, Stealth, Samurai and Vortex, so yeah, we can see what else is going on. Detonator is 5 minutes, but I'll give that a go as well. As to be expected, the Nemesis queue shot up to 30, so I'm gonna go on Detonator. Now Detonator may look small, and I guess technically it is comparatively, but do not underestimate Detonator. It is absolutely awesome. It's one of my favourite drop towers. Make sure you don't skip it. That's another tip. Put it on the list. Don't skip Detonator. People sleep on it, but it is well worth a go. I love it. Now Nemesis is an amazing ride. I hope to get on it later, but it's gone above 35-40 minutes, so I'm actually going to skip that and come back later. Hyperia has been closed. I've just seen it testing, so I'm going to zip round there and see if I can get on single rider. Now that brings me to my next tip of the day. If you don't mind splitting for your party, if you're here by yourself like me today, then single rider queues is a great way to skip the main queue without buying Fast Pass. They only offer it on Saw, Hyperia, Samurai and The Walking Dead currently. The Walking Dead I tend to skip, and frankly Saw I only do if I don't want to go home with a missing limb. So we'll see if I get on that today, but Hyperia I am just about to zip round to now to hopefully get on a single rider just there. I definitely think in the future they need to start adding single riders queues to more of the rides here. Nemesis would be a great example. Timing. And that brings me to the Ghost Train, another ride here which I generally skip. I did it once on opening day and I probably won't do it again. Me personally, I would say give this one a swerve, even if it's raining. People use it as a way to get out of the weather, but me, honestly, this and Walking Dead, I just rather skip. But at 12 o'clock it does add some capacity, so not complaining too much. Now that Hyperia's reopened, it's on 40 minutes. And just as we walk up through here, I can see that she is back open with riders. So hopefully 40 minutes is roughly accurate, and with single rider I'll be on there a lot quicker. Now I personally don't think that 40 minutes is too bad for Hyperia on a summer day like today. As you can see, this queue all around here is full. So I'm just going to check out single rider and see if it's any less. We shall see. I think we're doing quite well here. Single rider queue looks empty to me. Oh, so I've just come off my ride there on Hyperia. 20 minutes I was waiting, not too bad. And once again, it was riding beautiful. And the sun's come out, look at this, what a time. That was absolutely sensational, I fucking love that thing. By the looks of it, the single ride is empty, so I'm gonna do it again. Queue is 45 now, so I'm going to do another single rider just in case it gets busier a bit later on. Another good decision by the looks of it. Single rider is looking quiet. Since Samurai is one that has single rider, I'm going to give that a try now. Single rider on Samurai is always really good because it's 5 per row, so usually people are in 2s or 4s. Anytime I've done single rider Samurai, I've been on the next one. Let's see how it goes. As expected. I was on straight away on Samurai. It's a good ride, but it's a bit like weird now that it's so old. The cycle on it is a bit weird, but it's still worth giving it a go. Anyway, now I'm going to give Saw a ride on Single Rider in the Single Rider area. Let's see how quick I can get on. Here's a nice addition for this summer, the cooling zone with the wet fans. These are beautiful. Let's have a little try. Oh my goodness, yes, I don't know if you can see that, but that is absolutely gorgeous. The camera's wet now. You can see here we're already preparing for Fright Nights. This is one of the scare zones that we've got. It's usually the Scarecrow section. I'll be back here for Fright Night. I'm sure this will all be different looking by then. Seems like a great time to talk about Single Rider queue. Now, Single Rider is really interesting. It's definitely a really good tool to use in the morning. I feel like in the morning people are less likely to split from their groups. In the afternoon, people are more likely to be getting re-rides in. You know, in Hyperia case, like we'll do it twice, we'll do it 3 times. That time is when people are most likely to split from their groups. In my experience, Single Rider queues just seem to get a little bit busier and busier as the day goes on. So if you can do it in the morning, go for it, because that's the best time to do it. I've just done Hyperia twice. They were about 15 minutes each. Samurai just got straight on. The Saw was, I got Richie walked straight up to the station. So if you can do it, I say go for it. Rush is on 10 minutes here. I cannot say no to that. Looks like Rush is still experiencing that issue where it takes forever to get people off. I was gonna say otherwise this does not look like 10 minutes, but maybe it is. I wonder how long this is gonna last for. I only waited 1 cycle there on Rush, one of my absolute favourite rides here. Love. I absolutely love that thing. The Screaming Swings are my favourite flat ride, and that ride never disappoints. I absolutely love it. It's on 5 minutes. You know, I'm starting to realise now that actually I might have picked a bit of a bad day for trying to show tips on how to make the most of it when it's really busy, because actually it's not that bad. I do know the next few weeks are going to be worse, but I am making the most of it. It's great. As you can see, I've just caught them filling up the tidal wave lake. Looks like it's going to take a little bit of a while, but it's always nice when this opens on a summer's day because it takes a lot of the capacity away from the big rides that I want to go on. This looks like it's going to take a long time to fill. No, I'm usually not a tidal wave rider myself because I don't want to get wet, but it is nice when this opens because in summer it gets a big queue and it takes away a lot of the crowd. So I'm looking forward to this opening later. It's going to take a long time to fill up that lake, so let's see later on. For now, I've had a bit of a change of plan. Nemesis has jumped up, so I'm going to go to Swarm. Swarm is a ride that always gets busy very early in the morning because it's right next to the entrance, of course, and it usually gets quite busy toward the end of the day as well. So, because the park is closing at 7 today, which is wonderful, I'm going to aim to finish on maybe Hyperia. So now that it's middle of the day, I think Swarm is on 10:15, so I'm going to go there and see what I can do. It's one of my absolute favourite rides. I'm very excited. What an absolute beauty. Well, let's have decided on 15, though all of this is empty. I think this is going to be a walk-on myself. Let's hope so. It's so much quieter today than I was expecting. Look, it's all completely empty. 15 minutes, I don't think. Was advertised on 15 minutes, it still is. I literally walked straight on and went on the first train. So absolutely no queue whatsoever, so duh, I'm gonna give it another go. Of course I'm gonna go on the other side. Compare and contrast, I always say. Well, as always, my ride on the swamp was amazing. I did one on the left and one on the right. When I got on the right, I got on the front row. There's absolutely no queue at all. I love that ride so much. Good timing as always. Yeah, I just love that thing. It's one of the best rides here. I just can do it over and over and over. Oh, I love that ride so much. I just can't believe how well I'm doing today with these queues. It's just mad. Like, considering it is the middle of summer holiday, I thought everything was going to be much, much worse than this. I am just flying around. Even the things that I normally wouldn't mind skipping, like Saw and Colossus, they're on 5 minutes, so I'm going to give Colossus a go now. Why not? Why I always skip Colossus. That thing is rough, it's old, it is rough, it is janky. I've come up with a headache. We're being spoiled with the likes of Hyperia. I can't do that anymore. Well, Nemesis was absolutely brilliant as always. 5-minute wait. I cannot believe the wait I'm having today. It is wild. Okay, so I have done so well today, I cannot believe it. and I've just brought myself over to the quiet little flower garden behind Stealth because Stealth has gone down for a little bit and I've seen it testing, so I'm thinking it might open soon and this would be a good place to be for when that happens. And I just thought it would be a good time to recap on the biggest but probably the most of all like the tips to have the best day ever here at Thorpe Park when it's busy, and that is to be keeping an eye on your keyboard app. It is incredibly important that we have this because Stealth is closed on here, and as you can see everything else is on Colossus 5, Dead 5, Nemesis 5, Walking Dead 5, Swarm 10, Saw and Hyperia 35. I will say it again, I feel a bit embarrassed that I chose this day to be like, this is how to make the most of these wildly busy crowds, because there are none. So, no complaints from me. I still think my tips are valid even for a day like this. I think number one, get your date checked online before you come here. Check the weather, check ride availability, check your annual pass day if you have one, and check the queue times website, crowd calendar. I do it every time I come, just in case there's like some weird bank holiday I didn't know about, or you know, some sort of event. Number two, get here early. Opens at 10, get here at 9:30. Get here at 9. It's worth doing it because that first half an hour will change everything for you. Secondly, I wouldn't suggest going to Hyperia first. Everyone does it. See if you can do Nemesis first or Stealth. For me, I love Stealth so much I will smash out 100 in a day if I can. I know a lot of people prefer, you know, Nemesis, so that's a great one to go for. Water rides tend to be a bit quieter in the morning as well, though sometimes they don't open as early. Another one, oh my god, did you hear that? That was someone on Swarm. I thought that was a vulture. Another huge tip is make the most of single rider queues where you can. That is Hyperia, Saw, Samurai, and Walking Dead. Those will make a huge difference to your day if you can use them. Though don't just blindly think that they're going to be quicker, just make sure you have a look because it can be a little bit deceiving. But generally they're quicker, so give that a go. Swarm gets busiest in the morning because it's right by the entrance, so maybe give that one a little bit of a wait until later as well. I always do. Rides to avoid, I would say Ghost Train, don't bother. Walking Dead, Swerve, that's just my opinion. Avoid being in... Oh! Oh, so sorry, I just got caught in a monsoon there. I don't know what happened. Anyway, after the rain just stopped, I just went on Rush, and then I went on Rush again because it was empty and Rush is my favourite ride. And the girl there told me that as a single rider, you can just go in the Fastrack entrance and they can just let you on there as a single rider. I did not know that. That has made my day. I can't believe it. I've been queuing up like an idiot. Not that there's any queue today, but she was like, yeah, single rider queue, just use the fast pass queue. I can't believe it. I'm ever so excited about this. I'm going to remember this for next time. So add that to the list of rides that they allow single riders on. How exciting! The sun's come back out after the storm, and look, Hyperia is on 20 minutes. Absolutely no complaints here. Since speaking with you last time, so much has happened. I've been on Hyperia another 2 times, Stealth another 2 times, Nemesis another 2 times, Detonator 2 times. It's been crazy, and the queues today are just so small. Have a look at this. We've just got 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Stealth 10, Hyperia 20. I can't believe it. Having the extended opening until 7 instead of 5 obviously helps a lot, but I'm telling you, I have come here midweek in the quiet season, and it hasn't been as much of a successful trip as this has. It's insane. And now the sun's out. Oh, what a time to be alive. I know I've said it before, but I am almost embarrassed that here I am giving tips about how to make the most without Fastrack. Certainly didn't need Fastrack today, and to be honest, you could ignore everything I said. It was a beautiful day to come, and I think coming towards the beginning of the summer holidays, people just think it's going to be so busy, and it's just not. So that, scratch everything, that is my tip. Come in the early summer holidays. Stealth has been down for a lot of the afternoon. It is 6:10 and the queue for Stealth is empty. I think instead of doing Hyperia last like I had originally planned, I think I might just lap Stealth until the end. I've got 50 minutes left. I reckon I can get 4 or 5 of these in. Let's give it a go. A little challenge for the end of the year.
Unfortunately, at this moment in time, Stealth has his operation due to unexpected delay. All Arnold's going to take.
What he said, I can't believe it. That is the 3rd time today I've gotten to sit on Stealth and they've taken me off it. 3 times today. I can't believe it. What are the chances? There's still 20 minutes left. I'm going to do a couple on Hyperia because it would be rude not to. Can't say I'm angry. I'm just disappointed. Okay, so I've just come off my last ride of the day, a Road 2 ride on Hyperia there. What a great way to end an incredible day. So much more successful than I had expected. And that brings me to my very last tip of the day, which is that the advertised closing time of the park is the closing time of the rides. So join the longest queue at like 1 minute before park close and they'll get you through, which is absolutely brilliant. So get here early, stay here late. Oh, what an absolutely incredible day. I cannot believe how much I've got in. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, get proud.